Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. Want to go ahead and talk a little bit of college football, and it's interesting, right? We are coming off just an incredible weekend. If you missed any of our coverage of Vandy beating Alabama, of Arkansas beating Tennessee, make sure you go back and check out everything. Give it a click, leave a rating, and do all the stuff that you always do, okay? Same time, though, as we transition out of last weekend into this coming weekend, we got a huge slate that you all know about. Oregon, Ohio State, LSU, Ole Miss, Penn State, USC, on and on. Same time, though, I think there's a big game. I don't know if people realize just yet how big this game is. Kansas State at Colorado on Saturday night in Boulder, okay? Bottom line is, look, Kansas State coming into this game 4-1. They've looked really good. They've only played 2 league games, but this is a team that most believe is the favorite to win this league. If you lose this game to go to 1-2 in league play, that is not a great sign. Meanwhile, Colorado, they're quiet. I mean, they're not quiet. Nothing Colorado does is quiet, but they're 4-1 overall, 2-0 in league play. And you want to talk about a team that could compete for a conference championship if they win this game. Again, look at the schedule. Some of Colorado's toughest games are still ahead, but you start 3-0 in league play, you got a shot to win this thing. Bring it up because that game is coming up. I'm excited to preview it all week. But before we get to it, I do want to talk a little bit about Colorado and what happened during their bye week. Okay, Colorado did not play this week. Everybody had the week off. I know for a fact, players and coaches were largely off campus. But I also know for a fact they were largely off campus because I saw a very interesting clip that went viral of Shedeur Sanders over the last couple days, okay? So Shedeur, like a lot of people, when he had a little bit of downtime, he went to my favorite city in America, the place that I always go to when I have a little bit of downtime. That is fabulous Las Vegas. By the way, I'm wearing a shirt, a hoodie that I literally bought in the Vegas airport one time because I was freezing my butt off about to get on a flight. But I love Vegas. Apparently, Shedeur loves Vegas. He was there over the course of the bye. And there was a very interesting video that emerged of him at a Las Vegas Aces game, okay? So he's at an Aces game. How about this? Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, who I believe also owns the Aces, is at the game, and there's video of the two of them going up, embracing, hugging, and Mark Davis saying, man, Shedeur, I love you. I watch all of your games. Now, first of all, I don't know if that's any sort of weird ownership tampering rule. I'm not here to snitch on anybody. It's all over the internet. But at the same time, let me say this, is there has always been seemingly a lot of buzz around Shedeur eventually becoming a Raider. They're going to have a high pick. He's talented. He's box office. Vegas is a show, a town, an entertainment city, a show city. Fans don't just want to win. They want to be entertained. And so there's a lot of ties between the two sides. But seeing Mark Davis, seeing the state of the Raiders, seeing Shedeur Sanders embrace Mark Davis, it really ramped up some conversation on the internet. And I am just here to say this. Mark Davis, if you have the chance to draft Shedeur Sanders, don't walk to the podium, run, because I know we're 8-9 months away. A lot can change before the NFL draft, but the Raiders are going to have a high pick. Shedeur is going to be one of the most coveted quarterbacks. And to me, if this marriage presents itself, it is an absolute no-brainer. I want to talk about it for half a second, only because Mark Davis clearly has a fondness for Shedeur Sanders. First off, Shedeur, and I said I want to welcome a new sponsor to the Aaron Torres pod, Blue Chew. Fellas, remember back in the day when you were always ready to go? Well, things change. You got a lot on your mind. Your football team isn't very good. Well, here's the good news. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. To get started, it's so easy. Just go to bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No awkward trip to the doctors, no waiting at the pharmacy, no stink eyes, no raised eyebrows, nothing. Thing is, though, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, Torres, does it actually work? Do you think I need to try it? Well, here's the deal. Try it for a month for free, and I think there will be no turning back. All right. You'll love it. Your partner is going to love it. Your football team may stink, but you'll be rocking like the 85 Bears between the sheets. So go ahead, try it out. And here is the great news. We have a special offer for listeners of the Aaron Torres pod. You can try Blue Chew for free when you use the code Torres at checkout. All you got to do is pay $5 in shipping. Go to bluechew.com, use promo code Torres at checkout. You get Blue Chew for free for a free month, and you only have to pay $5 shipping. Again, visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. Thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring the Aaron Torres podcast. This after the UCF game. I think he's the best quarterback in college football, or at the very least, the best quarterback relative to NFL draft prospects. Don't know if he's going to win the Heisman. A lot of great candidates. Jalen Milroe's been great so far, even in a loss this past weekend. Cam Ward has been excellent. My personal opinion, from the NFL perspective, I think Shedeur is the total package. He is the guy. Listen, if I had the number one pick, I would take him, okay? First off, I'm just going to be transparent. We're talking about pros here. We're talking about the NFL. I don't totally love any of the other quarterbacks in this draft. Cam Ward's probably the one I like the most. Even Cam Ward can get a little loose with the ball sometimes. 5 interceptions already, plus a fumble or two. But I like Cam Ward. I'm a little more dubious on Quinn Ewers. Gets hurt every year. 3rd straight year he's been out with an injury. Not a Carson Beck guy. Never really been a Carson Beck guy. Never really understood the argument that he was a top 5 pick. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Auburn was probably the best game that he's played all year. But that guy's got a lot to do to get back on people's radars. But Shedeur, to me, just the best player in this draft at the quarterback position. I think the stats back it up. And he's got everything, right? He's got the size, about 6'2", 6'3". He looks taller, weirdly, than 6'3". Like you look at him, and maybe it's because he's got this long, skinny frame. He looks much more like a guy that, to me, he looks more in like the 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" range, listed at 6'2.5". But he's got the frame. He's clearly got the arm. And the thing that I love about Shedeur, he's got accuracy, but not just like the short and intermediate accuracy, right? And I'm not here to pick on anybody, but like Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback at Oregon, he's great, super accurate, but he barely throws the ball more than like 4 or 5 yards downfield. A lot of short passes, a lot of tight ends, a lot of swing passes out of the backfield, whatever. Shedeur's dropping back and chucking it, 25, 30, 40 yards. And I mean, it's just like a video game when you watch this guy. And so what stands out to me when I watch Shedeur, it's not only that he has a big arm, it is that he is accurate, and he is accurate downfield. You can have a huge arm, but can you get the ball to where it needs to go? Shedeur does that. I'm blanking on guys in the NFL with big, there's a lot of inaccurate guys that don't make it, okay? Shedeur has the size, the arm strength, the accuracy, which I think is important. And then the other thing that stands out when you watch Shedeur, just the absolute toughness. I still don't think Shedeur gets enough credit for this. You listen to every coach that plays against Colorado in the week leading up to the game, and then the press conference after. Every single one says the same. You'll get a different opinion on one thing, the other. Every single guy is like, Shedeur is tough as freaking nails, okay? Cannot believe how many times he got hit and just came back and didn't miss a beat. And so I just look at that toughness, and I think that's maybe the most underrated part of Shedeur's game. This is a guy who got sacked Colorado gave up 56 sacks last year. I think a couple of them were in a game at the end of the year when he didn't play. He got sacked 50 plus times last year. And every single time he got back up, got back in the huddle, walked back to the huddle, whatever. This year, it's frankly not all that much different. 18 sacks through 5 games. That's obviously improved. That's, 3.5 sacks per game. That's still way too much. Now, some of it is deceptive. There was a lot, early in this, whatever. Bottom line is, every time this kid gets hit, he gets up. And so when I look at all the intangibles, the size, the toughness, the arm strength, the accuracy, they're all there. By the way, I see a lot of stuff about the off the field questions. Off the field, he's not doing anything different than any other quarterback does. It's just that he has a camera in front of him all the time because the Colorado football program documents everything. We talked about it when it happened. I didn't have a huge problem with the tweets, about the former player, because a lot of people, why are you tweeting about it? It's like, well, the kid took a shot at your dad, took a shot at your family. Like, I have no problem with him defending it. So I just look at the talent. It speaks for itself. I don't worry about the off the field. And then I will say, I do think from the Raiders' perspective, I mean, you just talk about a way to instantly make your organization relevant. This is a way. Now, listen, I don't think you should only do this to make yourself relevant. Like, I don't think that you should only do this for relevance sake, but he's a talent, right? But if you can take the talent with the relevance that he will bring, like, that's a win-win for everybody. Okay. And again, if you know listen, I'll just say it and I'll get criticized maybe for it. There are plenty of times where people do stuff for either as a favor or for box office or to create interest. It's not always because the guy helps the team win. No disrespect, but there's a rookie on the Lakers that I'm thinking about when I say that. And it's not a knock on the kid. It has nothing to do with the kid, but we know why certain players are drafted certain spots. Shedeur can come in, help your team win right away. And I was thinking about this. Think about the impact that a quarterback, even a rookie, can have if it's the right guy with the right organization at the right time. You don't need to look much further than this season with the Washington Commanders, okay? Obviously, Jaden Daniels, he's a little bit of a different player than Shedeur, probably more of a runner than Shedeur. Shedeur can make plays with his feet, but he's more comfortable in the pocket. But Jaden Daniels, look at the impact he is having in year one with the Washington Commanders and the impact that any player can have in his first season with a team. So I just bring it up to very simply say that if you're the Raiders, make it happen. Just make it happen. Get in that. Clearly, Mark Davis likes it. Clearly, you need a quarterback. To me, he's the best one on the board. If you're in position to draft a quarterback, I know we're 5-6 months away. Don't think, run to the podium with that ticket. If you enjoyed this video, do me a quick favor. Make sure that you are subscribed to the Aaron Torres Pod and Aaron Torres Pod YouTube channel. New clips, new videos going up every single day. Really do appreciate your support. Speaking of support, you want to help out, we got our primetime tees available at aarontorresonline.com/merchandise. Appreciate your support, aarontorresonline.com/merchandise. We'll be back later this week previewing all the big games.